only do it to you. I mean, it's either gonna be that or the probation if she denied it for, or I'm sorry, the PTI.
Reyes Guarjano,
Yes, Judge.
translator.
Sorry.
You need a translator?
Yep.
Okay, do you mind bringing him up? Good morning, Mr. Reyes. Sir, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On April 4th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an individual notified officers of a motor vehicle stopped on the roadway. The officer observed the vehicle stopped at an intersection between two lanes. A traffic stop was initiated and the officer observed the defendant behind the wheel, leaning over, with his eyes closed. The officer woke up the defendant, and the defendant did not acknowledge the officer's knocking on the motor vehicle, and the motor vehicle began to move. The motor vehicle fled for approximately 2 miles, stopping in front of a residence. The defendant exited the motor vehicle and was handcuffed. The defendant stated he did not see the officer with lights on behind him. The officer observed the defendant come to a complete stop in designated areas to properly use turn signals. The odor of alcoholic beverage was emitting from the defendant's person. The defendant stated he drank 3 to 4 beers. He was identified by his Texas driver's license, and on the standardized sobriety test, the officer observed 6 out of 6 clues on the HGN, walk and turn, and 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. Defendant considered to do a breath test and blew 0.15 and 0.147.
Okay. Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
Eligible.
Mr. Reyes, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, you pick up a new case, you become a danger to my city, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Exactly.
You're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance. That's also a condition of your bond. You have a lawyer. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Zaman. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You understand your conditions?
Yes, sir.
I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Please. Mr. Preston.
Your Honor, Mr. Wosuden.
He's an initial appearance today.
You mind bringing him up?
Yes, Mr. Wosuden, come on.
That with a W?
Yes, Your Honor, with a W.
It's WAI, Judge.
Thanks.
Did you belong to the and I just box?
Judge, page 20.
Yeah. Mr. Wysuden. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 4th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a traffic hazard call. A motor vehicle was stopped on the shoulder of a freeway, slowing down traffic. The officers observed the defendant sitting in the parked motor vehicle, and the defendant admitted to driving the motor vehicle to the location and being its registered owner. The officer detected a mild odor of alcoholic beverage, clear, glossy eyes, and that the defendant was not sitting on. Standardized sobriety tests were conducted, and the officer observed 6 out of 6 scores in the HGN, 1 out of 4 on the one-leg stand, 2 out of 8 on the walk. The defendant refused a breath test initially, and then eventually consented to a breath test. The results of which were 0.118 and 0.132.
So he's just sitting in a parking lot? Does an officer see him at all when?
Sorry, Your Honor, he was stopped on the shoulder of the freeway.
Oh,
slowing
okay.
down.
Got it. All right. Okay, Mr. Wysuden, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now, does he have a valid license?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
I'm now placing a restriction on your license. I'm now ordering you not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have one, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? I don't care what you have to do, where you have to go. If the car doesn't have an interlock, don't driving. We are sending notice to DPS in Austin so that every single officer in this state knows. So if you get pulled over, they're going to know that you need one. If you don't have one, they're going to take you to jail. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. Because you have a lawyer,
He already has the interlock on the car, Judge.
great. Okay, so just provide proof to them, or they should be able to look it up, and then we're all happy. Just don't use. You understand? Because you
Judge.
have a lawyer, I'm going to waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but stay in touch with Mr. Bresson. He'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If you pick up a new case, if you're a danger to my city, if you just, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Okay, guys,
Thank you, Judge.
please. Ready? Please.
Appearance on Anthony Valerio.
What's the last name?
Valerio's the last name.
Okay, you need a translator?
No, he does not.
I'm bringing him up.
Come on, sir. Okay.
Judge Page 19.
Yeah, right here for you. Come on.
Good morning, Mr. Valerio. For your charge of driving while intoxicated, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one.
On April 6, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer received a call to assist the department regarding a driver passed out in a drive-through of a Burger King restaurant. The firefighter told the officer he saw the defendant passed out behind the wheel, the engine still running, and the key in the ignition. Firefighter woke the driver up, and eventually the officer came on scene. He identified the defendant by his Texas driver's license. The officer noticed the strong odor of alcoholic beverage, glossy bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance from the defendant. The defendant also appeared confused. The defendant stated he left Bango's bar and where he had one Corona beer. The officer conducted standardized first sobriety test where he witnessed 606 clues on the HGN test, 608 on the walk and turn, and then read the DIC form. The defendant refused. A blood warrant was signed and blood draw executed.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Do you have any prior DPIs and a license?
And the license is eligible.
Okay, you're not allowed to drive unless you also have valid liability insurance in your name. That is a condition of your bond as well. Do you understand? No alcohol, no illegal drugs. Do not pick up any new cases. Otherwise, you will go back to jail. I'll have you sign a receipt with Ramona. We'll have you get with Fleischer your bond conditions. And after that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Guys, this was still again?
Valeria, copy page 19. Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Spanish?
Could be quick to get report problem. Sometimes. Was it like a Costco sheriff? Switching up their system, that's what they're saying. So they did not. I'll get it up to the. Also. Should be able to be able to.
Fleischer? Just come right in.
So.
Very similar to what you have in mind.
Yes, Judge?
Can you hear me? Everything all right?
Yeah, everything sounds good.
Okay, Val.
Okay.
Thanks, Ramona.
Your Honor, here on Mr. Leday, Travion Leday. First setting, it's a run-of-the-mill first offense, DWI, no accident.
I'm bringing them.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Leday, please come on. In the middle, come on in. Yes, sir. No, sir. You don't have to say anything.
You are Trevion Leday.
So,
Mr. Leday, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle tailgating another vehicle, failing to maintain a signal lane with other vehicles around it, and driving on the shoulder, and failed to signal a lane change. The defendant also was swerving between lanes, and the law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the defendant. The law enforcement officer noticed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, lethargic demeanor, and watery bloodshot eyes. The defendant admitted to drinking at a baby shower. The defendant was also unsteady on his feet. The law enforcement officer conducted the standardized field sobriety test and observed 6 out of 6 clues in the HGN, 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and 3 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. Defendant refused to provide a specimen. That is all I have in the DIMS, Your Honor, although I know from the official report that there was a blood warrant signed and executed.
Okay. Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor, his license.
Okay.
and he does have insurance. Judge.
Mr. Leday, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to test you if I find that you're using. It's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Do not pick up any new cases. Listen to your lawyer. He will take care of you. Because you have one, I will waive your appearance. You have to stay in touch with him. He'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If I find that you're a danger to my city, you pick up a new case. You're using, I don't care whether it's marijuana, alcohol, anything. I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. We'll have you get with Fleischer if your bond conditions, then you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Don.
Let's see for a second.
Judge.
Right here.
Right here. Sir, hope I have it. You want them already?
Yeah. You can go ahead and.
Okay. Any other lawyers? Anyone? Anna, anyone? Anyone?
I'm waiting on the line, Judge.
Okay, sure.
Only because she'll then call you out and sign the bond decision.
Judge, we have Anderson on page 1. That one is still on the warrant status.
Shamar Anderson, come up.
So where's the there?
Take a seat in the jury box. If you go ahead, do you mind reaching out to the MAC form, please?
Okay. Judge, going on page.
Mr. Bloomer, come up. Sir.
Come on.
Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to you. Please.
On April 4th, 2025, in Fleischer County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a suspicious person call and made contact with the law enforcement officer who stated that he observed the defendant going through a parking garage at Hobby Airport looking into parked cars. The law enforcement officer recognized the defendant as someone who had been trespassed from the airport previously. The defendant did not have a ticket for a flight out of the airport. The prior trespass at the airport was on November 17th, 2024, and was charged in Court 12, Your Honor.
Dismissed.
And be part of it.
Okay. Mr. Bloomer, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Just don't go back to this place, man. It's not hard. You
Yeah, I
know,
go there and I catch my trips and I buy my food, but those people are so crazy. They keep harassing.
they don't want
me.
you there, man. Every time you go there, you're going to get arrested.
Don't do nothing. Why am I not able to go there?
They don't want you to go there.
That's where I catch my flights.
They still have the right to say, we don't want you there. So don't go there. If you have a flight, that's a different story. But if you don't have an actual flight, just don't go.
I'm freely able to come there. Why would somebody tell me I'm not able to come to a public business that I've always been able to come to since a long time ago?
Because if you don't have business there, they
Dude, I
can
always
still,
have business there. I'm not there just going there. I always have business there. I either catch the bus, I go to the food court, or I catch a flight.
Mr. Bloomer, I'm asking you not to go back. There are plenty of other places that you can go to get food, water, clothes, whatever you need.
Okay, and I'm
Don't.
fine with that, but I'm asking, why am I saying that I can't go there?
Because they've trespassed you there before.
And it was
And it-
dismissed. It was no fault.
You listen to me for just 2 seconds. They've trespassed you before, so you know that they don't want you there, number one. Number two, they're saying that you're allegedly looking into cars to potentially breaking into them.
No, sir.
I get it,
I don't
that's why
need
you're
to
not
steal out
charged
here.
with it.
I don't even steal out here. I'm the only guy that spends money some days out here. I've spent more than $1 million in Houston, Texas. I have no reason to steal from anyone. But if you want to check anything you want, I don't steal anything. All my clothes are brand new. Everything I buy is brand new. I have no reason to steal. I catch flights, everything. I've never stolen anything out here in my life. Now, those people, they keep harassing me. That's what I'm telling you. I catch my flights there. I already have a case dismissed there. They will not leave me alone. If I come there and I catch my flight and I sit down, wait for my flight, they'll even walk up to me, watching me on the camera, like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, yeah, I'm just catching my flight. And they're like, okay, cool, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Or then they'll just walk up to me and they'll be like, hey, what are you doing here? I just came from the food court. I'm getting ready to catch my flight. Well, you got to catch your flight right now. If you don't pay for it right now, then you have to leave now. I'm like, why are you going to force me to hurry up and pay? I'm going to pay it right now. I just went and bought my food at the food court. I'm never doing anything there. I'm not a troublemaker here, and I don't need anyone making me seem like a troublemaker. I'm a college student, and I started college at 16, sir.
Please don't go back while this case is over.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm asking you to do.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
After the case is done, if you have a flight, then by all means, but I'm going to tell you now,
So,
every time you go back, the same thing is probably going to happen.
yes, sir.
So I'm saying either go to the other airport, there's 2 other ones that you can go to, or find another way.
Thank you so much.
Every time you go there, the same thing is going to happen.
Yes, sir.
So why let it happen?
Yes, sir. I just didn't know. The only reason why I went back the second time
No,
is
stop.
because the
Stop.
first time
No,
was.
no. I don't want you to say something that hurts your case. Don't.
Yes, sir.
I will give you a lawyer now. You can talk to the lawyer and we can figure out where to go from here.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have bond conditions created just for you to sign, promising us you're not going to go back. And after that, I'll let you talk to the lawyer and then you guys figure out how we go from here. Just don't go back.
But thank
You
you.
know, there's so many other places in the world that you can go to. If you go back, this is going to continue to happen.
Yes,
I
sir.
know you have better stuff to do than to come here.
Yes, sir.
You know, I do too. They force me to come here. All right, ready?
Sure.
That way.
Thank you.
Can you file that, please? No, was it Hobby? Huh?
These other ones. I have people who's in 3 bucks, different.
Same farm condition.
Same.
That's over.
All right, Carlton, Patrick Carlton, page 3, Judge.
Okay, and go ahead, reach out. Okay. Morning, Mr. Carlton. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a person down call and made contact with a real witness, a law enforcement officer who stated that they found the defendant asleep behind the wheel of a vehicle that had rolled onto the median of the road. The vehicle was running but not moving when they found the vehicle. The real witness woke the defendant up and placed the defendant in the back of their patrol car. I should specify the real witness was the law enforcement officer. Law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant who was slurring his words and had dilated pupils. The defendant admitted to drinking 2 beers at a restaurant, and defendant was presented with a DIC form but refused to sign it. Standardized sobriety test was later conducted, and the law enforcement officer observed 6 out of 6 clues on the HGN, 4 to 8 on the walking turn, and 0 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant eventually consented to a breath test in blue 0.063 and 0.064.
Mr. Carlson, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you see if he has any prior DWIs? And then if he has a valid license, please.
Yes. His license is not eligible, Your Honor, and no prior age.
Okay. You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what you have to do in this life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to say 50 kids, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be signing an affidavit with me today. This is a promise you're going to make to me. You can't justify getting into a car for any reason. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You could be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Carlton? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to give you time to go hire a lawyer. I will have you first come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Ramona where we will have you sign a reset. You will get with Felicia for your bond condition where you promise us you're not going to use.
Sure.
Don't pick up any new cases. Don't be a danger to my city. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay,
Gotcha.
come on. Yeah.
Bobby Parnell, page 3.
Good morning, Mr. Carnell. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On April 4th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was at a red light and saw a car run a red light going the other direction. The law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and observed slurred speech and the odor of alcoholic beverage from the defendant. The defendant then told the law enforcement officer, "I'm sorry, I'm drunk." The defendant admitted to consuming 4 beers prior to driving. The defendant got out of the car, and law enforcement officer observed the defendant to have slurred speech, a swaying stance, a staggered stride, and the odor of an alcoholic beverage. When the law enforcement officer instructed the defendant to stand in front of the law enforcement officer's vehicle, The defendant said, I can't. The defendant then again said he had been drinking and then admitted that he had 10 beers at a bar. The scenarios for sobriety tests were conducted. The officer witnessed 2 out of 6 clues on the HGN test. The defendant could not stay focused and could not complete the entire test. The defendant then lost his balance and refused the other 2 scenarios for the sobriety test, and then refused to provide a specimen. A blood warrant was obtained and executed.
See, any priors?
No prior DWIs, Your Honor, and his license is eligible.
Mr. Carnell, I'm going to find that there's a problem, or that there's enough probable cause to go forward with your case. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol,
I have none.
you better address it, because if you don't, and I see that it becomes a problem, we're going to do it my way. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? I'm warning you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. And I'm telling you now that I'm going to test you. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. Do you understand?
So,
You have the ability to hire a lawyer.
No, sir. No.
I can have you fill out an application. Deputy Miranda will give you an application. I'll look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you. What kind of job you have, what kind of money you have, money in the bank, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, and a car you drive, and I'll take a look to see whether you qualify.
Okay.
Okay? Deputy Miranda will give you an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Ramona. You'll get with police for your bond conditions, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box.
No, I'm sorry, sir.
They'll help you. And
Go ahead, sir. Judge, Justin Castro is next.
Justin Castro, come up.
Yes.
Judge. Did you want to do it?
Oh, no, you know.
Speak English, sir.
Yes, English.
Mr. Castro, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 3rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer reviewed information about a plea takeover event and went to the location that was put on social media. The law enforcement officers conducted surveillance on the location in an unmarked vehicle and witnessed a vehicle making donuts and get within close proximity of several parked occupied vehicles. Law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle and detained the defendant, the driver of the vehicle making donuts.
Any prior reckless driving cases, and then can you see if he has a license, please?
There are no prior reckless driving cases, Judge. There was a DWI and the debating with people at Dalton County. Just
At Hidalgo?
addition.
Okay. Anything else?
And driver.
Okay. Mr. Castro, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now not to participate in this activity anymore or drive recklessly, maniacally. If I find that you do, the first thing I'm going to do is put you in jail. And the next thing is I will take your ability to drive away from you while this case is open. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. Not only that, people who participate in these types of activities, cops and DA's office can seize and take your car away from you permanently. And I've seen it happen on multiple occasions where people lose their $100,000 car because they. Do you understand?
So,
We put bond conditions, no donuts, street takeovers, reckless driving, racing, et cetera, please. Mr. Castro, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? We're going to give you time. So I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign the bond conditions. After that, we'll let you go. When you come back, please have a lawyer.
Judge, I apologize, but did you say no driving or just no
No,
reckless?
no reckless driving, donuts, street takeovers, racing. And all that. I am.
Bill appointing, page 5.
Good morning, Mr. De La Puente. You're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed vehicles going to a Home Depot parking lot to take part in a street takeover. Law enforcement officers witnessed the vehicle do donuts and come within 5 to 10 feet of other occupied vehicles and nearly strike the people sitting in those vehicles. The law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and detained the defendant, the driver of the vehicle doing this.
Did you hear everything I just told the last gentleman? Same thing applies to you. Or does he have a license?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior reckless driving?
No, Your Honor.
If I find that you participate in this again, I'm going to put you in jail, number one, and then I will take your ability to drive away from you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No more of this. Don't drive maniacally. We have enough death and destruction on our streets as it is.
Sure.
Can you file the exact same conditions, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. De La Fuente, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir, I do.
We're going to give you time, so I will have you sign a reset with Victoria, with Ramona. We'll have you take the seat in the jury box till we get your bond condition. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. Please. Hi.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
What's up?
Today's a lot calmer than the other Fridays, so I'm happy about it
For now.
for now. I have Jose Estrada on the docket.
Okay.
He has 2 cases. He just posted bond last week. We just had this case, so I would ask for a reset so we can have more time to receive the evidence.
Yes, we can give violations, Judge.
I'm bringing them up, please.
Mr. Estrada?
You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to test you like crazy. If I find that you're using, I'm going to double, if not triple, everything else. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Does he have a license? You mind checking, please?
He's driven his last year.
Your Honor, this is a different one. I believe it was the wrong driver's license number that was run.
You don't have a license and insurance in your name. You're not allowed to drive. Do you understand? I don't know whether you do or not. And quite frankly, it's on you to know whether you do or not. If you don't know, then you need to call DPS and figure out. If you don't have a license, if you don't have insurance in your name, do not drive. That is also a condition. Do you understand?
Sir.
You pick up a third case, I'm going to freaking lose it. Behave yourself while you're out in the free world, or I'm going to take the free world away from you. Okay? He needs to sign conditions with police. All right.
Just trying.
Your Honor, I apologize. I was able to find his driver's license number open a couple of cross
Yeah,
checks.
so he does that one? Okay, good. Hi, Ms. Newey. You have an arraignment too, don't you?
Yes, Judge.
Are you ready? I'm sorry? Oh, this is at 6.
Yes, we start fixing this.
Okay, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be
I'll
back.
be there at 10:30.
All right.
Do you want to do yours now or we don't have a translator? Yeah, okay. I'll text you.
Judge, it a bar on page 7.
Hey, Tavard, come up. I chatted you, Mr. Tyser. Chat me what you got real quick. Good morning, Ms. Tavard.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
It's still loading, Your Honor.
Actually, probable cause has already been found in your case. So, I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's nothing that you can do in this life that would justify getting into a car without having both of those documents.
Yes, sir.
You will go to jail if you do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, man?
Not right now.
Okay, I can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I don't know. We don't just give out lawyers like it's candy. So you have to qualify. We'll have you fill out an application. I need to know everything about you, how much money you make, what kind of cars you have, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, and then we'll take a look. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Ramona. And then I need you to sign this affidavit promising us you're not going to drive. Come on,
Judge, you want to call the violation form?
please. No driving without both. Yeah. Bring it.
Diaz on page 5. Kevin Diaz.
Oh.
Step right here.
You are on per case and you've now picked up a new case. You now stand charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yeah, just one moment. Your Honor, on April 3rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officer observed a vehicle fail to signal, turn into a private driveway and initiated a traffic stop. Upon approaching the vehicle, the defendant, who was sitting in the passenger seat, could not roll down the window and the defendant and the driver were detained for officer safety due to this issue. When the vehicle door was opened, the law enforcement officer observed the strong odor of marijuana and carried out a probable cause search. Law enforcement officer located marijuana on the front passenger floorboard in a pocket satchel where the defendant was sitting. The defendant admitted to the marijuana being his. Law enforcement officer also found a large amount of small baggies of marijuana, a small scale in the driver door pocket, and a vacuum seal bag in the back seat with marijuana shake in it. The total weight of the marijuana found was 4.91 grams.
Mr. Diaz, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case, and I am now revoking your bond on the first case. I told you not to pick up any new case. You've now picked up a new case. It goes with you.
Sir, can I speak?
I'm gonna get you a lawyer. Don't worry.
Going to work and I wasn't even driving shit.
Don't pick up new cases.
Which one was this last time?
That's page 5. About page 5. Oh, you don't have Diaz. He has a bond for theft. So on that theft, 5,001, please. Yeah.
Judge, next, are you ready?
Yep.
Hunter, page 8.
No, he's testing. Or we'll talk with him later.
Okay, Jackson, page 8.
Ms. Jackson, come up. Yep. Is it Taishika Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Man, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or $4,000. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. The right to remain present if you cannot afford one.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. On March 26, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call. The officer met with the complaining witness who stated that the defendant is from roommate. The complaining witness stated that they got into an argument over a broom and the defendant struck her on the head with the broom, causing pain. The officer observed a raised bump on the complaining witness's head that was starting to become discolored.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this complaining witness. You're also ordered not to be in possession of weapons. If you violate this order, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am?
No, sir.
There is.
Oh, is that it, Sarah?
Thank you.
There's a protective order that has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, they can file additional charges against you, a violation of a protective order, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. Do you understand? It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. So don't violate the protective order.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. Would you like, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
Okay. I can appoint you a lawyer to, or I can have you fill out an application. Let me see if you filled one out first. Hold on. I have an application on file already. I have one on file. So what I can do is I can appoint you a lawyer today. We're going to create bond conditions for you. Do not leave until you sign those bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant. The bond conditions, no contact, no weapons.
Okay.
All right. For now, I'll have you go to Ramona, sign a reset, and then we'll have you take your seat in the jury box.
Okay.
Please.
You're gonna leave it.
Ma'am. If you can go ahead, reach out to the MAC and the state's bond conditions. Can you file no contact with them?
Yes, Sean. Going goes down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Deputy Miranda,
Joseph Jones on page 9.
did Matthew Leonard check in? Do you mind, Leonard? Can you tell me if he checked in? I'm seeing if he checked in, Mr. Tyson. He has not checked in. So chat me your cell phone. If he should come, then I'll reach out to you. That way you don't have to sit here and wait for nothing.
Okay, I appreciate it, Your Honor. I haven't heard from him either.
So just chat me your phone number and then I'll get a hold of you later. Okay?
Okay, I just sent it. Thanks, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Jones.
Yes, Judge.
Is Joseph Jones?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Jones, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 6, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officers drove a vehicle with expired registration and initiated a traffic stop. Upon contact with the defendant, the law enforcement officer observed strongly with marijuana. The defendant informed the officer there was a gun in the passenger compartment. A probable cause search revealed the gun to be unholstered in the passenger compartment within arm's reach and a clear plastic bag containing marijuana in the center console.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm not putting any conditions on your bond. The only thing is, Eric, can you look to see if he has a license, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do not drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Said it again.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer.
Yeah, but I didn't,
Now, I don't want to talk about the case.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to sit there and type and use it against you. So just don't.
All right.
You'll have the ability to fight the case. Now's not the time. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
I can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you. What kind of job, what kind of car, how much money in the bank you have, stocks, bonds. You know, everything about you, and I'll take a look to see if you qualify. Deputy Miranda will give you an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Ramona, and then we'll have you take a signature box.
He has a valid license.
Great.
In your streets of sound, the petition.
Okay.
Mr.
Mr.
Goodwin,
Meunier.
Bloomer?
Hey, hi. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I've just got one. It should be a quick reset. It's a Mr. Johnson. He failed to report for a drug test. Pre-trial spoken with him. It just wasn't communicated to him. So
Has he gone to test?
I sent him this morning, Judge. He was negative.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where are we with it regardless?
We're applying for PTI. They literally gave me the packet today.
Okay. So do you have everything that you need? Because it's 180 days. Because he give you.
Yes. So he is below a 0.15. I don't think he'll need a mitigation packet, so I should be able to turn this in with a non-driving affidavit and we should be done.
I'll take about 2 weeks.
Sounds good, Judge.
Setting so we know yay or nay and then send him for.
I like this plan. And do y'all have a non-driving affidavit?
Shatori can give you the one that you need and then that'll work. Because that's the actual one that I think that they need. So,
Thank you, Judge.
okay, thanks.
Eric Johnson. Wayne.
No, must appear.
I think he's going over.
Judge on.
Oh, Mr. Newley's here with, and we have Tony.
Can you raise your right hand? Just want to sort of information aside, I was trying to break to the best of your knowledge. Thank you. You can have a seat.
Other way around, other way, other way, other way.
So
Guys, when you come, go that way. We don't want you near the prosecutor. That way. All right. You are Mr. Coombs.
Yes.
Mr. Coombs, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, One will be appointed to.
On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer saw a truck fail to signal a left turn and drive on the wrong side of the road. Law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and made contact with the defendant.
hicieron contacto
Law
con el
enforcement officer
acusado.
observed signs of intoxication and called for a second law enforcement officer to
Llamó
conduct a
al
DWI
segundo
investigation.
oficial para que le
That
hiciera
law enforcement
pruebas de
officer
campo.
observed red, watery, bloodshot eyes,
Observó los ojos rojizos,
strong odor of alcohol,
un fuerte olor de
poor
bebida
balance, and
alcohólica,
slurred speech.
poco
Law enforcement officer placed the
equilibrio
defendant
y
in
el
custody
habla
and a search of the defense vehicle
afectada.
revealed a
Hicieron,
phone
I'm
cup.
sorry, can you repeat that?
The law enforcement officer
El
placed
oficial
the
de
defendant
policía
in
puso al
custody
acusado bajo
and a search of
custodia
the defendant's
y de
vehicle
un registro
revealed
de
a phone
vehículo,
cup and alcoholic beverages.
bebida alcohólica.
Standardized field sobriety
Hicieron las
tests
pruebas de campo
were conducted,
y
and the law enforcement
el
officer
oficial de
observed 6
policía
out of 6
observó 6
clues
de
on the
6
HGM
pistas
test,
del
4
HDM,
out of 8 on the
4 de
walk
golpe
turn,
de
and
caminar y
4 on
voltear y
one leg
2 de un
stand.
cuarto de parar en una
The
pierna.
defendant refused to provide a
El
specimen,
acusado
and a blood
rehusó
warrant was
dar una
obtained and
prueba, le
executed.
hicieron
Since 2017, DWI, assault,
agresión,
late last year evading arrest in a motor vehicle, and now another DWI.
otro, jarebe.
If you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail, what happens?
¿Qué sucede?
Mr. Coombs.
Mr. Coombs?
No, por favor.
They will deport me.
Right. I don't know what I need to do to keep my streets safe. But if I find that you, one iota,
Un chiste.
do anything to break these bond conditions, I'm going to make your bond so high you will have hair falling out. Do you understand?
¿Lo entiende?
I would figure that it's elementary that you're not tap alcohol in the car while you drive.
Alcohol.
I am now taking away your privilege to drive, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. If I find that you do, I will blow a gasket. I can have a contempt hearing, and every time you drive,
Cada vez.
you can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine.
6 meses.
Do you understand?
Él entiende. I understand.
Not to
Se le
consume
ordena que no consuma
illegal drugs.
o drogas.
On one ankle, I'm going to put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol.
Asegurarme que usted no-
On your other ankle, you will get a GPS monitor, and I'm giving you a curfew because I do not want you out in the middle of the night. And if I find that, like I
de
said,
la calle,
any
en medio de la noche, perdón.
of these conditions are broken,
Pero cualquiera de
into
estas
jail you will go
a la
with a
cárcel.
bond that will hit the nubes.
I understand.
I am sending notice to DPS now that I am placing a restriction on you that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. Every single
Cada
officer in this state
en
will know
estado sabrá
that if you get pulled over and you don't have an interlock, into jail you will go.
a la
Because the
cárcel
document
va.
we're sending now to DPS notifies every officer that you're
Cada
not
oficial.
allowed to drive without an ignition interlock in the car.
Gato en su carro.
Do you
Lo
understand?
entiende. I understand.
The worst possible
Peor.
thing you can do in the short life that we
Hacer-
have, Mr. Coombs, is get into a car and drive.
Hacerse un caso y manejar. I understand.
Judge, what was the curfew?
9 to 6.
9, 6.
You're ordered not to consume alcohol,
Tiene que no
illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication.
medicamentos no
You will be
recetados.
randomly tested.
Van a hacer
If
pruebas
you test positive for drugs, alcohol, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody.
revocará tu-
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Newling. If he tells me that he cannot get a hold of you, if you pick up a new case, if you become a danger to my city, you know what happens.
sabe lo que va a suceder.
Do you understand?
Te lo entiende. I understand. What's your name? That's the show. So, Mr. Is it Combs? Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or you concede that you will not operate in your vehicle without a valid driver's license, permission from the court, that the use of the or approved interlock device or
Judge Jones on, page 10.
Marquise Jones, come up. Good morning, Mr. Jones. Sir, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended, second offense. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, I'm sorry, it's still.
Mr. De La Fuente?
Judge, on April 4, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officer observed a vehicle traveling 85 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone and to have unconfirmed insurance status. The traffic stop was initiated and the defendant was unable to provide proof of insurance. A check on the defendant's license found that the defendant was not eligible to hold a license and that he had previously been convicted of driving while license invalid.
Okay. Mr. Jones, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. There's nothing that you can justify getting in a car and driving. If you do, there will be a heavy and severe penalty. I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine on a contempt every time you drive. Do you understand? Sir. This is a super easy solution. If you want to drive, go to DPS, get your license, get insurance, and I will do backflips taking us off. But until that point, you do this, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? I can give you an application and take a look to see whether you qualify. Deputy Miranda will give you an application. I need to know everything about you. And then I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Don't just put zeros because I'm going to give it right back to you. Do you understand? Okay, please. He needs to sign this affidavit there as well.
Judge, are there bond conditions for him?
Okay, you ready? Come on.
Judge, we're on Chloe Serrano.
An S, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You mind bringing him up?
Chloe, come on up, please.
Judge, page 17.
Thanks.
We don't mind waiving probable cause. It's a red light, 0.14.
I'd like to know though.
Okay, sure. Chloe.
Good morning, Ms. Serrano. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
On April 6, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officer witnessed a vehicle running a red light and conducted a traffic stop. The officer observed the defendant operating the vehicle, and upon contact with the defendant, observed the mild odor of an alcoholic beverage from the defendant's breath, slurred speech, and glossy eye. The defendant had been drinking 3 alcoholic beverages prior to driving. The officer observed an open container of a bottle of Cayman Jack margarita.
Are you telling me that she's consuming alcohol while she's driving?
That is. No. No, Your Honor, I apologize. It was on the back floor behind the driver's was an empty bottle. Sorry, I don't know if I can specify, the defendant admitted drinking 3 beers, that became a Jack Margarita at her residence prior to the vehicle, and that, and the one of pretending inside the vehicle, that just empty bottle on the back.
Okay. So field sobriety test.
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize, I'm sorry. The defendant consented to the sobriety test, and witnessed 406 cruising the HGN, 708 from walk and turn, and 404 in one city. The defendant consented to a breath test and the .142 movement pills.
Okay. Ms. Serrano, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with them and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. When I find that people have alcohol in the car while they're driving, it's elementary that you're not. You understand? Don't use, don't pick up any new cases, and don't be endangered in my city. You understand? Okay, I'll have you sign a reset with Ramona. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. Then there you go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Harold, chat me who you have.
Mr. Counsel, should I have a phone, please? Please, I'm sorry, the commission is like, no strictly to the best of your knowledge.
Judge, on page 14 at the bottom, focus menus.
Opusonyu, come up. Good morning. Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Sorry, it's a class A. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
They changed it?
It's been in May.
It was all, okay, I didn't know.
Damn near a year.
I didn't know it was an A. I thought it originally was municipal, I believe. Oh, wow.
Where's this theft from, please?
This theft is from a check cashing business, Your Honor.
Correct.
So is it,
It was just a project.
Yeah, someone,
stop. Don't. No. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Son? I can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Do not have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Don't pick up any new cases. It's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
I didn't. This is crazy.
Randy. So he needs state's bond conditions. I'm going to give him an application.
I've run this 3 times.
Filing those conditions.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Application, we need you to sign a reset and then take a seat from the jury box.
Your Honor, if it's offense location. Is that right?
Oh, no. You're right. You're right. I got one. Don't worry about it. I have one.
Just make sure, Your Honor, if it's offense location. Is that?
Contact with the complaining witness.
Yes, sir.
We're going back to this check cashing place.
I need to have a social.
It's,
Oh, no. So let's dispose.
Ashley Salas, come up. Salas.
Morning.
And you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Oh, goodness. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, possession of marijuana, and harassment of a public servant. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or 2,000. Are you high right now?
What? Like, what'd you say?
We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, man. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Oh,
On April 6, 2025, a traffic stop was conducted for the defense vehicle failing to maintain a single lane, following too closely. The failing to capture the pit stop at a flashing red light intersection. The officer, on contact with the defendant, the officer observed the driver and passenger to make further movements towards the center motor vehicle. The defendant was identified by text to driver's license. The officer observed slurred speech and bloodshot watery eyes. The odor of alcoholic beverage was emitting from the defendant's breath, and the strong odor of marijuana was emitting. The defendant admitted to having marijuana in the vehicle, and the officer located a leafy substance in the console of the vehicle upon probable. The officer also observed an open beer in the motor vehicle and another Ziploc bag with large amounts of marijuana. The officer also observed a Ziploc bag of narcotic mushrooms and a scale with marijuana residue on the surface located next to a large stack of other Ziploc bags. The defendant had $274 in cash. The defendant claimed ownership of the narcotics in the bag as well, and admitted that the items were marijuana and
Psilocybin,
excuse
the
me.
mushrooms.
Yes, sir. The defendant stated that she drank one margarita and that she also smoked marijuana. Certain sobriety tests were conducted, and the officer observed 4 to 6 clues on the HGN, 4 to 8 on the walking turn, and 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant refused to provide blood specimen. Search warrant was obtained. The defendant flailed and resisted during the blood draw. The defendant continued to flail and spit on officers and was eventually transferred to a hospital. Blood draw was unsuccessful due to the defendant flailing. Finally, there was another attempt and the blood draw was successful.
Salas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you better address it, because if you don't, and it becomes a problem, I'm going to do it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
yeah.
I'm sending you for a test right now, and you're to come right back. Do you understand? If you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, a warrant will issue. Do you understand?
So you want me to take a test right now?
Right
Yeah.
now.
It's not gonna come
Stop.
out clean.
I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. Come back, and then we'll talk further. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer today. Take the test, come back. You understand?
Okay.
You're not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to test you like crazy. Do you understand? If you use after today, it's not going to go well. As far as the marijuana is concerned, I'm going to test you like 50 days from today to ensure there's enough time for it to pass. If you continue to test positive, do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm giving you the ability, I'm giving you the opportunity now to stop on your own. If you're unable to, that's when things will go sideways real quick. Does she have a valid license? State? And then any prior DWIs as well?
It's a true first and her license is valid.
Okay, all right. So for now, I'm gonna have you sign a reset with Ramona. I'm gonna have you get with Fleischer, and I'll see you in about half an hour,
Okay.
please. Sandwich? Oh, sandwich. Sorry. You get that a lot or what? My fault. Come on up, Mr. Sandwick, rolling up here in shorts, like he's going to the beach.
No, I just. How you doing, sir?
This is not your first rodeo in the courthouse.
It's been a while since I've been in, so. Wow.
Don't come to court in shorts again, otherwise I will put you out.
Yes, sir. I
Understand.
apologize. Yes,
It's a
sir.
complete sign of disrespect.
I
There's a
didn't-
certain dress code that we have here. You now stand charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Now, ask who the accuser is. Please, sir.
Didn't ask you to say anything. We're going to do probable cause. I need to know what happened in this case.
All right.
On November 10th, 2024, at approximately 6:19 p.m., a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a suspicious person call at Halcyon Games in Orange County, Texas. Law enforcement officer made contact with the complaining witness, the store manager. Complaining witness called police regarding the defendant who came to the store and attempted to sell a previously stolen item from the same store. The manager could not prove the item brought to the store was the actual item attempted to sell. Complaining witness called the law enforcement officer and the was gone upon their arrival. Approximately 2 p.m., the complaining witness in the surveillance video, the defendant inside the store and appeared to be shopping. The defendant then took and concealed 2 MTG booster boxes inside a shoulder bag on the defendant's person. The defendant passed all points of sale without showing any intention to pay for the items. The total value of the items was $599.99. This was from a game store owner, Halcyon Games.
Mr. Sandwick, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this place. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you go back to this place, if I find that you pick up a new case, if you miss court again, a warrant will issue. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we're going to give you time. So I will have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. So we'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And after that, you'll be free to go.
Thank you, sir. I apologize for the short.
That's all right. Just please. Wait. Can you file this condition, please?
Yes, sir. Just to stay away from the store.
Yeah.
So you on page 17, Jared. Yours.
Saeed, come up.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you are Saeed, is it Saeed?
Say it, yeah.
Saeed. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers observed the defense vehicle going 105 miles an hour on the Northwest Freeway in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. The traffic stop was initiated, and the officer observed the defendant to be driving the sole occupant. The defendant was identified by a German identification card. Officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage from the defendant. The defendant stated he would not answer questions and would not perform standardized fit sobriety tests. A breath test was refused, and the officer observed 3 empty beer bottles and an empty bottle of wine in the defendant's motor vehicle. A blood warrant was obtained and a blood draw was executed.
Are you trying to tell me that he's consuming while driving?
Just have a moment, Your Honor. Does not specify, Your Honor.
Regardless, Mr. Said, you are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license to drive. You understand? All I heard here was a German identification card. If you do not have a license to drive and liability insurance in your name, then you're not allowed to drive, and that is a condition of your bond. If I find that you violate these conditions, then I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bond. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, into jail you will go. No more PR bonds.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission, if your paperwork is not done the right way and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with, which could be 6 months, and then you get shipped off to immigration. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No, Your Honor, I'm not allowed to work right now.
Okay, I can have you fill out an application. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have at the bank, how you get money, how kind of cars you have, property, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify, and then we'll go from there. We'll have you give you an application. I'll have you sign a reset with Ramona, and then we'll have you take your signature box.
You said no driving?
Unless, does he have any kind of,
From what I have, Your Honor, he does not have a license.
I do have a license.
we'll,
Without insurance?
with the no driving without a valid license and insurance? Okay, all right. Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor.
Judge Ring.
Yeah.
White on page 21.
Lord. Walter White, come up. Good morning, Mr. White.
Good morning.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched in reference to a minor accident call. An officer contacted the defendant who was standing next to his motor vehicle when the officer arrived. The defendant stated he drank a total of 5 beers that day. The defendant stated he last drank 30 minutes before the accident. Strong odor of an alcoholic beverage was emitting from the vehicle, and the defendant was transported to the hospital to treat injuries. The defendant was stated he was scared to blow and failed the test. DSC was read, and the defendant eventually submitted to the breath test and blew .091.
So there's an accident.
Yes, Your Honor.
I guess they took him to the hospital. They didn't do field to ride tests. I mean, it just,
Yes, Your Honor. If I just at the moment, I'm trying to clear by here in the dens.
don't, please.
An accident, the officers find the defendant standing outside of the truck.
Alone?
So, Your Honor, and then stated he was following someone and looking at his GPS because he wasn't familiar with the area and was unaware that cars were parked on the side of the street. The defendant said that he had been drinking throughout the day. Total of 5 beers, the last one was 30 minutes prior. Officers observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverages from the vehicle. EMS was called to the scene because the defendant had a gash on his chin. He was then transported to the hospital to be checked out. After being released from the hospital, the officers asked him to consent to a breath test. And the defendant stated he was scared to blow because he knows he just finished a beer and knew he was going to fail the test. The defendant then agreed to blowing once they got to JPC, and the defendant.
So they took him directly from the hospital to the JPC?
Correct.
Mhm. Okay. Mr. White, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Do not consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you prior DWIs and a license, please?
Yes, sir.
It's a true first and the license is eligible.
Great. Unless you have liability insurance in your name as well, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
I'm not sure yet. I can make a phone call and see if he'll take my case. If not, I'm gonna need a court
Look,
appointment.
I can give you time. Just, time is of the essence. This is the DWI, so don't sit there and wait a month, 2 months, because you're only hurting yourself.
I can go make the phone call right now.
No. Don't do anything. I will give you time. You don't need to run out, rush now, but I'm saying don't sit there, wait a week or two, because you're only hurting yourself. So, what I can have you do is sign a reset with Ramona. I'll have you get Fleischer for your bond conditions. After that, you're free to go. Don't use. Do you understand?
Yeah, so if I understand, you're just gonna reset it and that's gonna give me time to either get a lawyer or y'all gonna appoint one?
Right, so.
I'll have to come back and do the same thing I'm doing now?
Have trouble, come back in the next setting and then we can talk.
Come back in the next.
The next reset date, yeah.
set. Okay, so I will have to come
We're
back
gonna
to
give you
court.
30 days from today. So we're gonna give you a lot of time. If you still have issues, come back and we can
I
talk.
was just kind of hoping I'd have to come back to court.
I wish I had hair. That ain't gonna happen. Well, maybe I get an implant.
Judge Woodall is the next one.
Jimmy Woodall, coming up. Please, next time, don't come in shorts.
Sir.
You've had enough cases. You're now working 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is your 10th case. You know, when you come to court, you don't come in shorts. Am I right? It's a complete sign of disrespect, Mr. Woodall. You're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On April 4, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officer was dispatched to a suspicious call at a convenience store. Complaining witness informed the officers that the defendant had returned to the store after a verbal criminal trespass warning from the complaining witness and a deputy. The defendant returned and picked up an object and threw it on the store's roof, and then entered the store and stated he was going to bust CW up. Bust the complaining witness out. I apologize. The officer observed surveillance of the defendant throwing objects onto the roof and re-entering the store. The defendant was identified by his harassment truck.
He has at least 3 other trespasses. Are any of them with the same complaining witness? Can you please tell me?
Yes. I'm just gonna check the address real quick, Your Honor. I don't believe that this is the same complaining witness. It's a different store and a different complaining witness, Your Honor.
Yeah, you're gonna, because you have moved it.
He never said anything that they gave him any warning or told him to leave. I know that he did.
Yes,
Did
Your
he say
Honor.
anything of this? And I missed it?
Yes, Your Honor, there was looks like this was one deputy and the defendant returned to the store after being given a verbal criminal trespass warning due to a theft. And the plea witness and another deputy from precinct 6 gave that verbal warning at approximately 2:10 a.m. And this occurred at 3:17 a.m.
Okay. Mr. Woodall, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Don't go back to this place. If I find that you become a danger to my city, if I find that you go back, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Sir,
Do you have the ability to hire lawyers, sir?
not anymore, not this time.
Okay, I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Do you mind filing those bond conditions, please? Okay, he's going to give you an application. I need to know everything about you, and then we'll have you sign a receipt and then take a seat in the jury box, sir.
Judge, the next one is.
Man, there's still more?
Yes,
come
we
on.
have two more. The next one is, Pereira, page 1.
Barreda, come up. Did these just get here? Speak English, sir.
Yes, sir.
Barreda, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Your Honor, on April 5th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a crash and was told that the plea witness was following the suspect vehicle. The law enforcement officer located the suspect vehicle and initiated a traffic stop. The suspect vehicle continued driving erratically, changing lanes without signaling and running red lights. The vehicle then crashed into another vehicle and came to a stop. The total distance that the defendant evaded for was approximately 10 miles. Law enforcement officer made contact with the driver, the defendant, and observed red bloodshot eyes and a 6-pack of beer. One beer was open in the center console and was 90% empty. The defendant consented to a breath specimen and blew 0.14 and 0.13.
Sobriety test, or it was an accident? They didn't do any?
They did not completely fill the sobriety test, Your Honor. I believe just that they, after the evading and the crash, coupled with the red bloodshot eyes, and the beer in the vehicle, they took him in for suspicion of DWI.
You said there was an accident, right?
There were 2 accidents, Your Honor. The defendant, there was an initial crash and that.
And then he took off and then he
took
goes
off
out
and
and
crashed again. Yes, Your Honor.
Barrett, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Do not drive. I'm ordering you now not to drive at all. Do you understand? I'm also going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. If I find that you consume alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? I don't know why you have the smirk on your face, but you're charged with a very serious felony. You're now looking at a lot of time on this case. There's alleged alcohol in the car, 2 accidents. If you watch the news, every day someone dies from an alcohol-related collision in our county. It's a very You will be randomly tested for drugs as well. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Any prior DWIs?
No.
No, Your Honor. And
License isn't eligible.
It's not.
It's not eligible.
No.
You're not allowed to drive. You're going to be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. Mr. Barrera, if I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir? Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? You want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, okay? I'm going to give you an application. What are you doing with yourself these days, Mr. Barrera? Did you graduate from high school? What grade did you make it to? We're going to work on that. I need you to fill out this application for me. I'm going to appoint your lawyer today. You're going to sign a receipt with Ramona, and then you're going to get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. I need him to fill one out. Yeah. What's this? Is this on docket today?
No, Judge, it's
They can wait.
Okay.
The lawyer's been waiting a long time. If she's not on docket today, no.
We have some right here.
Lawyers, anyone? Come on. Thanks for being patient. Hey.
Mr. Novel, he's got this goal.
Okay. Talk to me.
I think it was bond conditions, right? And if,
Judge for Nava. We sent him for a test yesterday. He was having trouble submitting one, but he finally did. It came back presumptively for THC, benzodiazepines, and cocaine.
Thanks for being patient.
Yes, sir. I'm here on Tomas Nava Junior, NAVA.
Okay.
There's a BVR on this case. I've spoken to Mr. Nava about what's going on in his life and everything. So the allegations of the.
Where is Mr. Nava?
He's right here.
Come up.
The allegations are that there was one test where he tested positive for alcohol at a 0.04 and 0.05 level, Judge. I've spoken to him and made explicitly clear that there's no tolerance, especially in your court, Your Honor, for any alcohol at all. This is the only positive alcohol test that he's had in the 5 months or so that he's been on bond in your court, Your Honor. He's clean now, has been clean, is not drinking.
Am I supposed to take that for?
No, but if he were to be tested for ETG or anything today, he'll be clean, Your Honor. He's
There
been,
was 18 skin tests between February 24th and March 31st.
sure. So I've also spoken to him about that. I'm trying to see what we can do.
DWI second, I've ordered you not to use. You've skipped 18 tests and now you're testing positive. Am I supposed to just let you go?
I would ask that he be released. He's gotten a new job, Your Honor. So his dad just got his legs amputated, Your Honor. He's been trying to take care of his dad, which is what's been going on in his life. And he's the main caretaker for his father.
These are things you think about when you're on bond for DWI second. We've ordered you not to use. Actually, it's his third DWI because he's had one dismissed. Oh. I don't know what I need to do to get a hold of you. You know, it's unacceptable.
And I've explained this, like I said, I've extolled all of these, these values to him and talked to him about this, especially in the wake of the BVR being issued to him. and how important it is that he can't miss a single blow. And, I'm telling him, and I have told him and
Send
admonished
him for a
him.
test right now.
Yes, sir.
Come back. Okay, let's go, Felicia. Let's send him.
Yes, Judge.
All right, if he has to come back, then we'll talk.
Yes,
He
sir.
comes back.
Thank you.
All right, great. Yeah. Great.
Judge, we just have a remand order. Davis. Davis.
Davis,
Okay.
did you want a bond?
No, he's got a pre-swing waiver, parole violation. Just wanted to make sure everything was on the right exit.
You've explained it to him? Is he accepting your explanation?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, here you go.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I'm sitting in for a test. He's got to come back. Okay, Mario. I need a translator.
Judge,
Yeah, you
yes,
mind-
unfortunately, we do require a
Yeah, I'm calling one right now.
Okay, fantastic.
Harold.
Be on standby.
I'll let you know as soon as I get it. Don't forget to-
Oh, yeah, it's getting this right. I know.
Judge, do you have any more applications?
Juan Reyes.
Mr. Said, come up or talk to me. Yeah.
Judge, I was gonna do a plea on Jorge Gomez. We were originally gonna do the probation and we were just gonna do a time served instead. He's spoken to probation in Bear County. It's his understanding they're gonna reinstate him and extend it. They did file a new motion to adjudicate yesterday.
In his
But-
case?
Yes, but he said he's very recently spoken to the probation there. So my suggestion to him was try to get those treatment options from his felony probation in Bear County because they're gonna extend it. Because I didn't want a situation where he's transferred there and then he has a failure to report on a brand new probation here. It's just gonna be a headache.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, thank you, Judge. And would you be willing to waive the DPS fine for him? I'm appointed.
First or is it second?
It's a first, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
So, to qualify, you have to be at the poverty threshold to qualify. If you make the kind of money that you make, you don't qualify. This life is not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you spend. Spend too much and you get into a hole, we can't foot the bill for the taxpayers,
Yes, Your Honor.
make good money, which is great, right?
Yes, Your Honor. It's my wife.
Stop. I don't want you to say anything. Just, so we're going to give you time. There's a gajillion and one lawyers out there. It's about you finding the one. It's like buying a car. You don't go, when you're starting off in life, you don't go buy a Lamborghini or a Bentley or a Ferrari. You go to Toyota, Honda, and lawyers, 99% of them will put you on a payment plan as you go. You have to negotiate with them. Don't take them at first blush. There's literally a gajillion and one lawyer, criminal defense lawyers out there. So if you don't find one or one's not willing to negotiate, go to the next one because there's tons of them out there. Okay. All right. We're going to give you 30 days. Don't wait. There's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI. So don't sit there and, I'm going to wait until 29 days to start looking. You're only hurting yourself. Okay. Okay. Good luck. Oh, I would also probably look for one that immigration as well, if you're not a citizen of this country. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck. Hey, I have to go to court at 6. You got one right here.
Okay.
Oh, other than this gentleman.
We got one more right here.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to grant that one regardless.
Which one?
On Barrera. I guess- And we still need it, Ramona, we still have to do this too.
Yeah.
We'll do this right now, yeah. Can I give you cause number, State?
Yes, sir.
She checked yesterday. She said, okay.
at 255-7402. Say that again? Yeah.
Okay.
Carol Lopez, come up. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just have her. I didn't realize that he's out. All right, come here. Let's do this real quick. We'll get you done.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. All right. Good morning, Mr. Gomez. So he's got two cases, right? The trespass and the DWI?
Getting a time served to the DWI, they're dismissing the criminal trespass.
Now, if I'm correct, you're on felony probation in another county, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it?
It's Bear County, Judge, it's aggravated robbery.
You're looking at 20 years in prison, you know, not only that, it's a 3G offense, meaning that if they revoke you and send you to prison, you have to do half the time before you're even eligible for parole. So if they send you to 12, you're doing 6 before you're even eligible. Now you got these two cases. When is it going to register to you that we mean business, that you can't continue like this unless you want to go to prison, of course? You need to understand that by pleading guilty to these cases here now, they may use this to revoke your probation in Bear County. Do you understand? Now, I don't know if they're going to, but they can. And I'm going to tell you, the more cases that you pick up, the higher likelihood you have of that happening, because they are going to be like, well, this guy just, doesn't take us seriously. You are giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Mr. Gomez. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you're done with this. You can never come back and change this or undo this. When you're in a car and you're driving and you get pulled over, the first thing an officer does is they look at your criminal history. If they roll up to your car, they look at and they see that you're on probation for an aggravated robbery, you have been charged with a trespass and a DWI, and they come up to you. You think it's going to go well? So I probably wouldn't give them the ammunition from now on. If you want to get lit, don't get into a car. Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, you understand?
Yes, sir.
As part of the agreement, it's 20 days in jail on the DWI, 16 days credit, and they're going to dismiss the trespass. Is this how you understand it? You also, I'm going to make a docket notation that I have advised you that by pleading guilty to these offenses, it's possible they revoke your probation in Bear County. Do you still want to do this, or do you want to wait to see what happens over there?
To do this.
You want to do this?
And he's been in communication with probation over there, Judge. And basically, they gave him the option of either being unsatisfactorily terminated. Is that correct, Mr. Gomez?
Yes, unsuccessful.
Or he could have it extended in an attempt to get it successfully terminated. And so he chose to have it extended to pursue that option. And they were already aware of these cases, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
How do you plead to the driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive. Otherwise, you're going to be right back in jail.
Sure.
All right? Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Judge. I'll see you later.
Have fun.
I have to go. That's what.
Ms. Lopez, come on up. Good job. Have fun. I'll hit you up next, Harold. All right, you are Kara Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Lopez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Judge. On March 26, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a crash on Antoine Drive, Orange County, Texas. The officer learned that an unknown party called 911 at the time of the crash. And was informed by another officer who arrived on scene that the observant clinic being treated by ambulance. The officer informed the other officer that the defendant had already been transported to receive medical care. After spoke with the will witness, who stated that the defendant was a sole occupant and struck the witness's vehicle causing damage. The will witness stated they observed strong odor of alcoholic beverage leading from the defendant, and the will witness came in contact with the the witness stated that the defendant was still in the driver's seat at the time of their interaction, and that it was clear that the defendant was intoxicated. The witness reported that the defendant had slurred speech, was incoherent, and not making sense. The police stated to the witness, "I don't know where I am." The witness reported that he was being called, and defendant cell phone crash. And immediately after that call, the defendant grabbed a bottle of vodka and consumed the entire thing in front of the will witness.
What?
Yes, Sherman. That's what I have.
She took a bottle of vodka and consumed an entire bottle of vodka in front of the will witness?
That's what I have here. The will witness noted that the defendant drank the alcohol bottle as if the defendant was drinking water.
Just when you think you've heard it all, man. I mean, really.
The officer observed an empty bottle of toxic vodka, and then went to the hospital to make contact with the defendant. The officer observed the strong odor of alcohol beverage from the defendant, observed that he could have slurred speech and glossy eye. The officer read the DIC form for the defendant when the defendant became coherent, and it proceeded to a breath test and blood test. The hospital discharged the defendant, and the defendant was transported to the Joint Processing Center, but was unable to perform the state arrest for sobriety test due to the defendant's failure to follow instructions and to keep the defendant's and the inability of the defendant to keep her head up. The officer took the defendant's failure to follow instructions as a refusal. The officer was unable to get the defendant to stand upright to perform HDN, and due to the physical conditions, the officer did not ask the defendant to perform walking turn or do a stand. The officer concluded, the officer offered the opportunity to provide breath and blood. The defendant declined to provide breath or blood, and the officer proceeded with a residual search warrant for the defendant's blood. The officer was advised, the officer was advised the blood would be ready in 2 to 3 days. The officer noted that that's all I have.
Do you have blood back or no?
I do not. I'm not sure if that in the is referring to. The warrant was presented to the hospital, Your Honor, and a nurse advised that with blood, it's been ready for 2 to 3 days. The officer.
Do you have any pride to advise?
There was one in Caldwell County that was dismissed, Your Honor.
License?
License is. Your Honor?
This is who, Judge?
It's not on docket. I have to give you a case number. You ready? 255-7402.
Thank you.
If you speak English, right?
Yes.
If you have a problem with alcohol or drugs, now is the time for you to address it. Because stop. There's nothing that you can say at this moment. I'm warning you now, because this is the only one that you're going to get. I will do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. I don't care who you are, what color you are, if you're a small farm animal. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now is the time for you to try to get any help if you need help, because I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is what they're telling me. And if that's in fact true, now is the time for you to address it. I am going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming alcohol at any time. I will not entertain any excuses like it's mouthwash, it's a tequila lollipop, hair dye. I've heard it all, and excuses mean nothing to me. If you consume, it's not going to go well. Because of all, I don't want you in the car driving. You're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you do, it's really not going to go well for you. I am putting now a restriction on your license that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught, and I'm sending this notice to DPS, so everybody, every officer in this state knows, if they pull you over and they don't see an interlock, they will take you to jail. Do you understand? And then you and I will have problems. Just don't.
Judge, this is Carla Lopez first,
Yes, ma'am.
and then you said no driving?
Correct.
Thank you.
And then a scram, please.
Yes, Judge.
You have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am. We will give you an application. You missed court once. A warrant is now in effect for you because you missed court the first time. I will reinstate your bond now, but this is the only get out of jail free card that you get. If you miss court again, you violate any of these conditions, you will stay with me. And I don't know who you have in this life, but if you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000 to $10,000, you will be stuck like Chuck until this case is over. Do you understand? All right, come up. We'll have you sign this. I need you to fill an application. Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application and we'll go from there.
Judge, I initially no driving, her license is out.
I'll speak to this.
Harold,
Yes, Judge.
talk to me.
Was there for Miss Washington, Your Honor?
Is she on
Tiana
docket
Washington?
today?
Yes, we just saw her last week and y'all set her for this Friday.
Come up, Miss Washington. Did we talk with her already or no?
It was last week, Judge. It was a bond violation. And you already spoke with her.
Okay. So I guess, I don't know why we have it here. So we'll just set it off for 50 days. Don't use. If I find that you use, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? Yes or no? So I'm setting her for 4 weeks because we gave her the conditions in February. So I'm
Yes,
going to
sir.
do 4 weeks. If she tests positive again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well,
Thank you.
we'll see you in 30 days. You must take a test in 30 days. You understand? Don't use. See you in 30 days.
Thank you.
Hi. Thanks,
No
Carol.
big huge, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, no. I need to get you a date. Hold on.
I was going to ask if we could avoid the week of May 5th,
Avoid the week of May 5th?
if we could.
Yes,
Yeah, I might
absolutely.
be out of town.
Of course.
Sebastian, Joseph Jones,
she has a BVR today.
okay,
I'm setting her off for 30 days to take another test. So she must be here in 30 days to take a test. And then not the week of May 5th. Day, not the week of the May 5th, because that's Harold can't make it.
That's Miss Washington, Judge?
Yeah, and so,
okay. I will turn around with that, yeah.
Yeah, we never do.
Ready on Monday?
Judge, not the week of what?
he did, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing.
Thanks, Judge.
Permission to approach.
Yes, please.
Your Honor, I'm here on Shamar Anderson.
Okay,
So I just wanted to approach on this one. I was talking to the coordinator. It is an older case.
it's 370 days old.
So he doesn't live in Harris County, Your Honor. And so that's what really kind of has led to the delay. So I just got appointed today. I would ask for at least 30 days to be able to review everything.
I mean, I'm not gonna, this case is 400, he's taken off on multiple occasions. Is there an offer in this case?
There is a time served, though, Your Honor.
Is that it?
They haven't talked to the complainant, Your Honor. They haven't called the complainant.
We've not made contact with the complainant, Your Honor.
Hey, I'm getting my ass chewed because of all these cases that are so darn old, so no more. So I'll give you guys 2 weeks.
Mhm.
You need to get in contact with the complaining witness if it's needed, because I don't know.
It is needed.
So you've got 2 weeks,
Yes, Your Honor.
so no more. So get on it, and then he's gotta be back in 2 weeks and it's clear trial on that day.
It's plea or trial that day.
It's 370 days old. I mean, really, I have to say when at some point. I can't just keep letting it go.
Well, can I ask you this, Your Honor? Since he does live in San Antonio, if that is our, can we get 3 weeks?
Come up.
I just want to make sure, I don't want to create an issue with him and his travel. So I just want to be clear with the court. I understand, Your Honor.
Literally, Mr. Anderson, you literally bend over backwards to not put people in jail. Your case is nearly 400 days old and it's time to make a decision on what to do. I'm not gonna sit here and play any more games.
Yes, sir.
2 weeks for you guys to meet to decide what you want to do with this case.
Sir.
But at 370 days, that's it. Cases should be resolved at 180 days.
Sir.
Do you understand?
Sir.
So be back here in 2 weeks. Let us know what you want to do. You must meet with them to figure out, look at the evidence, see what's out there and just make a decision. It's not hard. It's a trespass. It's not a capital case, you know? If it was something serious, then yeah, but I mean, it's a trespass. It's not a capital trespass, you know? Okay. All right, guys.
I'm not applying.
Please.
Hi, Judge. Judge, I wanted to see if we could bring out Mr. Joshua Sweat. He's a young man that we've been resetting from earlier this week.
Okay, let me do this real quick. Sure. Finally got the translator. Mario's been waiting since 9 in the morning.
No worries, I'll be.
Mario,
Yes, Judge, I'm ready.
who's your guy?
This is on Mr. Jose Villalobos, Your Honor.
Villalobos.
Ya, señor, yo soy su intérprete. Por favor, conteste todo a voz alta.
Your Honor, if I may, this stems from a bond violation report here where there's two readings of positive alcohol on his portable device that he currently has, Your Honor. I've discussed this at length with our client, and as you may understand, in our experience, we certainly hate to provide any type of excuse whatsoever when it comes down to this. Discusses with our client, he's adamant that this was stemming from consumption of medication during a period where he was unfortunately under the weather, Judge. And he did send me the pictures of the medications that he consumed. It's Theraflu, Dayquil, the typical over-the-counter medications, Your Honor.
None of that is going to test positive for alcohol. You know,
I've admonished him on this, Judge. I made it abundantly clear this should not be something that, should even come out like this way. This is something that we would graciously ask the court here to consider seriously admonishing our client, Judge, but allowing him to remain on bond. I think we're close to a resolution on this case, Judge. And we're looking to hopefully get this resolved as quickly as possible.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test. I have ordered you not to use. We've had pretrial tell you not to use. And you now have on 2 different occasions tested positive for alcohol. So either you don't care about court orders or you have a problem. I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test. You were to come back, and it's now late, so we'll have you come back Monday with the results. Do not use.
No.
Do you understand?
Entiende. Entiende.
Okay, I'm sending him now, Mario, and then we can regroup on Monday, okay?
That'll work, Your Honor. Thank you.
Wow, yeah.
Okay,
You're
thank you,
come
Judge.
back here Monday, and I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test. If you fail to take the test, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
La su arresto. Entiende.
You're to come back Monday, and then we'll discuss the results. If you fail to come back Monday, likewise, you will be arrested. Okay, take a seat for me, sir.
Basically, Your Honor.
Thanks, Mario. See you.
We can judge. Take care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, on. Yes.
I'm sending him for a test now. Monday, he comes back. Hey, Ramona. If you want the 3 weeks, you can have the 3 weeks, okay? But it's clear trial at that setting, and I don't care. If you want it, I'll give it to you, but if he doesn't come back, I'm gonna blow a gasket. Hi, Mr. Sweat.
How you doing, sir?
How are you?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
What's the word?
Judge, so, he's been cleared now.
Great.
That's my understanding. Well, okay, I do have to advocate for my client, Judge, when he first
I'm
signed
not
up.
gonna begrudge you for advocating for your client. Absolutely not.
A couple things. When he first signed up, I admonished him. We went through the paperwork. We talked about what to expect. He was expecting a pickup date of April 16th. And so all of a sudden, he wasn't cleared medically for some reason. We
Well,
don't.
because he was allegedly coming down, right?
I don't know who makes that determination.
If you're in a state that it's not an appropriate state for transport, he's subject to injury to himself. Transport, it's a huge liability for them. So they want to make sure that you're in the right state of mind for when you do get transported. I mean, it's only logical because the last thing they want is to get sued because they try to take you and you're not in a right condition and something happens, right?
Sure.
Do you know that every time someone comes to transport you from this state to the other, it's $4,000 to $6,000. It's not cheap.
Sure.
Someone has to pay for it, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of times they'll come after you to foot the bill. So I don't know. But regardless, it's a 30 days, right? He's a Michigander.
Correct, Your Honor.
When are they coming?
They said they can be here with up to 10 days, so the reset date is the first, but they should be.
What is it?
The reset date for this case will be the first, for
Okay.
3 days, but they probably should be here before that, because they can come up to 10 days.
Okay, so it's still within the 30, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. I mean, it's still within the 30, which is what the statute says. So no one's doing anything to you that would harm your interests in any way. We want to make sure that you can be done in a safe and effective way, you know?
I understand.
So hopefully within the next 10 days.
Hopefully, Judge. Yes, okay.
Okay? He has a pre-signed waiver anyways, right?
Yes, and it was entered on the.
Even if I wanted to give him a bond, I can't.
Judge, the only thing that, the issue that
Sign waiver.
that brings up though is we have him required, we require him to sign the waiver of formal extradition and everybody signs this.
No. There's a document that I signed ordering
Did you drink Hunter?
the, for his, to be remanded. There's no real formal document for him to sign. It's a document they filed to me and I signed it for him to go get picked up. So theoretically, there's nothing for him to sign.
What I'm speaking of is the actual waiver of formal extradition proceedings that's signed by him, by
They
you.
probably signed that because they didn't see that there was a pre-signed waiver to begin with, a lot of times.
Right, and that's my only issue, and we're talking about this, there's an expectation that he signs this and he gets 14 days. And this is done on all the cases. This is like the fifth time I've had to explain to somebody, hey, it's 14 days. No, it's not really 14 days and we're up here, but I signed the document, but the document says 14 days and I'm looking silly up here because we're talking about 14 days and all of a sudden it's 30 days.
Get it. But sometimes you're not going to get the document that there's a pre-signed waiver until after the fact as well. It's not that you don't look silly. You just need to advise them, hey, sometimes we documents after the fact. And that's just the way it goes, you know? Not everything is done, 100% every single time. It just.
So there's not an extension on the waiver. It's just, okay.
They have up to 30 days to come get you, right? Because it's a pre-signed waiver. You have already waived extradition. I can't give you a bond. Even I thought that you were Mary Poppins.
I was just told that Harris County honors the 14 days,
You can,
is what I was told.
are you listening to jailhouse lawyers?
No, I actually, remember the last time you said, sometimes we don't read the
I
fine
told
print?
you, don't listen to other people. When there's a pre-signed waiver, statutorily, it's 30 days. They have to come get you. The 14 days is really 30 days. We do it as a courtesy. So in reality, it's 30 for everyone.
Sure.
We just, because we have so many people in jail, as a courtesy, we give 14 days. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So he's reset to 5-1? Okay, thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
You're the best, Ricardo. I gotta run the course next, man.
I have to enter for a plea.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Mr. Hunters?
Are we just doing time served?
No.
Just. Here you are. Paying all these $10,000 bonds here, $5,000 bonds here, and here you come in wearing a Louis Vuitton jersey, really? Really? After all the money the county has spent on representation for you, you coming in here with Louis Vuitton jersey? Oh, this is wonderful. Have we done a TRAS?
So he has a prior TRAS, but I think it may have expired and we'll need to.
And the prior one recommended like that. But you're.
One way or the other, it's going to stop. All I'm asking you to do is be clean. That's all. It's got to happen one way or the other. Do you understand, Mr. Hunter? You now stand charged with, again, with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 12-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you can't tell people it was dismissed. It's not dismissed. It's if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. For you to complete this successfully, you must do an effective decision-making class, a gun safety class, and a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. Forfeiture of the weapon, no drugs, no alcohol, 40 hours of community service instead of the community service. If you do a parenting class, I will consider the 40 hours of community service waived. I would like the TRIs done pretty quick. Like, okay, that'd be great. Yeah. Since he's here, it's probably the best thing to do. Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You could be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You are stuck with us until you complete it successfully or it gets revoked. I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Hunter, that I can hold you for up to 3 years. We will do everything in our power to ensure that you get clean and remain clean. Do you understand? You hear me? How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to withhold that for 12 months. We're going to send you now for a TRAS. You can come back. We'll see what it says and we'll go from there. Okay.
Judge, without going too far into attorney-client communications, I have admonished Mr. Hunter that if he violates any term of the deferred, that the state can start a motion to adjudicate where he would have a hearing in front of you, and you can sentence him up to the year in the Harris County jail.
If you violate this agreement, glad you said that because I forgot to say that. If you violate this agreement by not doing what you're supposed to be doing, by testing positive, picking up a new case, having a gun, a warrant will be issued because we will file a motion to revoke your probation. We will have a hearing here. And if they prove it to me, you are facing a year in jail. Do you understand? But me, I'm not interested in jail. I'm interested in having you be clean. And we will do that however it can happen. If you're able to do it on the outside, wonderful. If you're not able to do it on the outside, we have facilities available for you at no cost to you. Do you understand? Now is the time. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Justin Castro?
For a moment, we go to questions.
Judge, I'm okay.
Come on up. Have you signed your bond? Go ahead and sign it all. Sign up for any copy. Yeah.
Huh?
Your troubles? Yeah.
Who is that?
Castro.
He's THA.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
Blood nation.
Bobby Carnell.
Melvin Open.
Starting Monday, text messages to that phone number that'll tell you whether yes or no to test. If it says yes, we're gonna report to your child services that same day. 49 Sandy Central, and it'll be in the paperwork that I gave you here. Then, have your next work day to change the board or to.
Oh, sure.
Next time, sign 3 times. and
Yes,
then I'll-
yes. So they're good ones.
All right, go ahead, select the first one.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Keith Jones?
Captain the
Jones?
And sign.
Come on up.
Next work day, all the pre-trial service information, and what I'm doing right now is a copy of your bond. Right, good to go, and then you're free to go.
Thank you, man.
Have a good day.
If you have any questions about I'm going for.
So.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a.
If you went out.
Yes.
I got it.
Okay, which ones?
Rebecca.
Judge Wright's over there. I'm like, yes. He's like, you're gonna take over. I'm like, oh. Hell no.
But if you used to take everything and just you and we're all looked for it, trust it.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Something you felt about it, actually.
Chloe Serrano?
That's sort of. She doesn't want to say that's hard. She said that his name was George. There's no contact.
All right, so.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign this for documents. First one.
Past like 10 good months.
The drug testing is.
Was that, losing your reach? What else?
Starting my name.
I have all these long details.
And when you do it, it's like-
The actual. And then I have your next work date of June 24th. You do not need to look at it. Just think. You're getting messy, so you're starting, doesn't mean you'll test, but maybe, may not,
He said you had.
I signed all conditions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason Salmon? Jason Salmon, come on up.
Yes.
Oh, so I'm gonna have to sign the long conditions, or sign the thing? You can get in time to find an attorney, so here's your list. If you're required to be on the export rate, there's some extra.
It's okay, don't worry.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Okay, do you want to wait?
Judge, if the bond conditions for credit are queued for a while, you may just pull those or leave them there.
Huh?
Bond conditions we have in your queue for first and for.
That's, he's supposed to sign him, is he not?
I don't know what happened. Looks like that. Monday.
We need to issue a warrant.
It looks like he's signed everything's going on. We had two VPRs.
First one's gonna be for second is pre-trial service information, and then third is pre-trial estimate. For the drug testing, it's on the phone number for you.
Yes.
Starting Monday, you're gonna receive text messages to that number that would like yes or no to testing. This says yes to service.
What? He left without signing.
He signed for his pre-trial bond conditions stating that they were going to be supervised by state, but they put down pre-trial bond conditions on the recess, so I don't think she knew they were going to be state. So he left signed.
They know, because I say to everyone, yeah, tell them not to leave.
Okay, I'll send you this.
Hi, I have a web discovery order that I had no plan. Mr. Nobbs case, it's something that had been. So since you have that. It is 27779. Last name is Nobbs. Yeah. So it's filed 12/19. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Hey Trey, can I send Mr. Saeed over to you to fix his address? Yeah.
Rebecca, pardon? Did you want me to approach on that, Judge? By discovery order? Okay, I'd let the.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
Okay.
Here's all the criminal services drug testing information and a copy of your conditions. And then your next court date is going to be June 7th. And you need to appear that day and present your June. If you just want to go wait right behind this lady here and then I'll help you to your address.
You said the wall?
Yeah, I'm right here.
I mean, Jackie. You're off the phone, man. You already talked to me.
I'm just waiting to file his address fix with.
Oh, okay. It's basically a state accountant. How long? Yeah, so that's driving that down from compare. Insurance.
Mr. White? Let's go around.
That's
All right, Mr. White, can I have the forms today for questions? Information and I got questions. So for the drug testing, I have this from
Ramona, I'm emailing you about a guy that left without signing claim conditions. We're gonna put on for Monday. Huh?
That's Friday for your test, and then I'll have the address and the paper for you.
I'm emailing you right now, okay?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Here's a copy of your receipt. You must pick next court date. So hold on, man. You probably will hear about.
On Monday, I'll tell you my best, I'm going to check it. Says yes.
These will be just signed for. If you have any questions, you just talk to your attorney.
And then I'll get you your next day, so instead of the second, you need to get that day with the attorney. And I'm going to go on the work. Please be signed.
Are you on that day?
You're gonna sign 2 more times. Go ahead for the second one.
That's a Jimmy Woodall.
And then last one.
Or is it the one your ID or anything? One for. That way I don't say nothing. Make sure you go down the floor. That's something to look forward to in school. He wants to come, which year?
Project conditions and then your next court date and things.
Yeah, we just need this. But the shoot can do it. There's you call around to come on here, just just go take a seat and give me the correct one, so I don't spell it and get it wrong.
Okay.
Usually what I'm get out there and walk straight to Tucson. Maybe just big park.
Does Gagley already have a case on today?
they're getting.
He had a case on later this week. It was,
Earlier in the.
yeah, it was set to plea. I thought we had put it on for today because he had surgery yesterday. And I talked to him today. He reached out to me and he asked me for some time because he's kind of out of commission for the next couple of weeks. Do you remember what the case is?
No, Judge. He doesn't have anything on today. Maybe Monday?
You can have no contact with your when you see a picture that moves out the details and part of the position.
Herrera, Jonathan? Where am I center from? I'm gonna have to sign the conditions of bond, and then after this, I'm gonna print out and give you the address to Procedural. So do you know where it is? 49 Okay, I'll write it down for you. You're gonna go over there, check in with them, they're gonna go over everything with you in great detail, and answer any questions you may have, and then we'll just
Got it.
You're good, don't worry about it. And then your next court date is gonna be June 25th, since you have an attorney, if you do not need to appear that day, they'll appear on your behalf. Just make sure to stay in contact with them, and then next time you meet with us at court. The address I'm giving you now, you're gonna go there right now, and then once you're done there, then we're free to go. Have a good
Say that, I usually wear chinos. The courthouse. It's appropriate, it's like, can't.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Thank you so much.
You're good.
Yeah. You want to go through the list? Thank you for coming and helping.
Good, it's fun to be here. How are you?
You
I
know,
like the jacket, by the way.
business is good, unfortunately,
What's
but
that?
business is good, unfortunately, you know?
It is the nature of our work is that, we're never wanting for it.
That's right. Where are you these days?
They put me in major offenders on the 5th floor, so it's the, he's equivalent of like a basement where I can beat the fish heads and stay people away.
Are you up in trial or is it just more like behind busy work?
It's a lot of warrant writing. I've been in trial like 6 months. And I had a pretty good string of, last year I did about 4 or 5, the year before that 6. And so I had really good momentum and now I feel a little bit languishing.
I'm sure they'll turn around at some point. Maybe you'll get something that'll, you know,
Yeah.
it's same around here, you know, we don't try many cases at all. It's been a while since we've been. I mean, Ramona, when was our last trial? Has it been like 3 months, maybe 4 months?
a long time.
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, it's, the thing is that we agree a lot, right? Like you guys reasonable with, so that's why there's not a lot of like bumping
Right.
heads and so, and that's why, you know,
Right.
so, which is, it's a good thing, right? Because you want people to agree to a certain, I guess,
For sure.
degree, but upstairs, then you just,
Well, there's just, that was to me the biggest shock going from doing misdemeanor to felony is, you know, here we're fighting over a few months. And then it's like, oh, no, we're talking about the difference of 99 and 5. And that's,
especially some of the cases up there that never plead, like the kid cases and, you know, those cases never, they're always in trial. You know? Yeah.
and that's what we've had lately is the kid cases and the murders and there's not much else. I'm actually trying to go see, my buddy, Mike Eber is in,
Oh, Eber, I like Mike.
he's a great guy.
Where's he at now? What's he, is he with you?
He's in financial.
Oh, fine, that's right. He's been in for a long time.
Yeah, I think he's great there.
2 to 3 years.
I want him to stay there. So I think that
That
it just, it makes sense for him, and I think that he's well suited for that. But they know they're doing a basically like a human trafficking engagement type case, so.
Is it live
They'll
streamed?
threatened to come back Monday.
I don't know, I know it's in the 183rd, so I'm gonna go at some point, no, 182nd, I'm gonna go pop up there a bit.
I wish that more was live streamed so we could see it.
Well, we had 2 this last week that did, the case in the 177th, the case that,
Oh,
Sean tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what was the other one? They also live streamed,
184 live streams, their
184?
trials as well.
Okay.
Judge doesn't put her face on it, but she live streams the witness stand and the court.
Okay.
You said this one's in the 182nd though?
This trial, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see if we can, I wanna watch it. I love watching trials.
Oh, no, it's great.
Even though it's, we wanna get away, but I love watching. You know?
That's part of our job, I think.
Yeah. All right, let's get out. Come on.
Alan Biasana. I don't know if Chad's gonna post today, but his client's here.
Oh,
He said he was supposed to be approachable soon, his attorney.
come up, Mr. Villasana. Picked up a new case. Homeboy picked up a new case? Go. In the box. So I don't know what to tell you, but I'm gonna have to appoint someone in the interest of justice, because have you reached out to Mr. Henderson? He's just so busy, it's hard to.
He had a conflict, he tried to reset it, and I told him, his office that I couldn't reset it.
He's picked up a
It
new
was sent by
case.
you and I couldn't. reset it.
So appoint him someone now, if you don't mind, please.
Judge, the BDR's for this delay.
Who?
Villasana.
Well, he picked up a new.
I see that,
Well, hold on. Let me get Craig. Let's get you out so you don't have to sit here and wait. Yeah, tell me.
Judge, it does show that I believe that was a 2B, so I don't think he was on bond.
On this gentleman?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't believe he was on bond for that case.
So Mr. Nava, his UA came back negative. I spoke to Street Trust.
Come up, Mr. Nava. I'm now placing a device on your ankle that's going to tell me if you ever test positive again. If you ever miss, if this battery dies, so will your bond. You test positive for alcohol, guess what happens to the bond?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
Excuses.
Right.
I don't give a rat's behind about excuses. I don't care what you tell me. You've been admonished at least twice not to use. So for you to come in here and give an excuse or give an excuse for the missed blows, it's disingenuous.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not going to take any more. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he'll have the scram device today.
you want to get rid of the portable?
No, he's going to keep it. Okay. All right, Craig.
As
We're done.
far, the Scram monitors 24 hours. We're just gonna ask those, the portable plus the Scram. Scram is
This case is 153 days old. What are we doing with it anyways?
So we're waiting, so we signed the blood discovery order today. We're waiting on the state to talk to the witness, I think, involved in the accident.
This case is way too much drama for me.
Sure.
So in 30 days, it's clear trial. You know, I'm not going to wait anymore. You're just way too much drama for me, Mr. Niles. So I'm going to set your case. By then, it'll be 180 days. By that time, it's clear trial.
Did y'all get a hold of anybody?
No, our Spanish speaker called the complainant and he got voicemail, so, and did not get a voicemail.
So I would send it to the investigator now so that we don't wait anymore, please. But 30 days, you must be back here ready for a plea or trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll take off the portable device. But once he gets the scram device, then we'll take off the portable device.
Thank you.
And back in 30, plea or trial.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
Hey, Judge. This question you took for the jail one for Mr. Sims guy, the Jorge Gomez, did you do suspend his license for 90 days? He was in custody, guys. Did you get
Hold on. Homeboy,
It's a APR, Joe.
I'm sending him for a test now.
I already sent him, Judge. It was presumptive for THC. We sent him for his first test and it has not been the whole 50 days yet. But it was only THC today.
What's the last name again?
Vilasana?
What is the picture?
So they need to make a written.
When did I say the no dope, no alcohol? Was it on the racing or the theft case?
It was on the racing, I believe. I'll have to check.
Sounds good.
On that scram, is that going to be paid for by the county?
Who's gonna pay for it?
Thank you.
So don't appoint him someone.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we're gonna roll him back to Monday. He's gotta come back Monday with his lawyer. The lawyer's not here. I don't know what to say. So I'll have to come back Monday. Just please say, hey, I can't talk to him without his lawyer. So just admonish him if he ever misses a test again.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Frazier, in the 232, they're just asking could they release the video?
Yeah.
Mr. Patel has completed all of his classes or programs. He wants to be early terminated. No? Okay. Okay.
You know what?
I do remember him.
Let me look. What's the cost now on him?
242
Okay.
924 2 anyway.
2
0. 242
Yeah, that's
924
it. Right.
He's on probation for 2 cases, a death and unlawful carry.
Right.
Actually, sign on there.
When did he get on?
June 14th, 2023.
Over how to, utilize.
Really? How many times have they tried?
It says all of them have been caught, except one in February, but he provided the prescription. Let me see how many.
Judge, on page 4.
Which one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about it? Oh, 2501.
That's what I don't want to tell you. With the sun result. Feel free to go there today.
Thank you.
Please, on page 10.
5,000. Was she due here today? Why is she on docket today? Didn't we talk to her the other?
SLB.
Hey. Is that Miss Breedy? Is that Miss Breedy?
Yes.
I know it came out sometimes. Let's move to, I can't get out of it. 101.5.
Was Miss Keys on the docket today?
You know, but we saw her already. Remember, 2 days ago?
Right, that's what I was.
We addressed the bond. You had her on the docket for bond condition, bond violation. So that day you sent her to get the urine
Well, you get out of the
test.
service.
So you took care of it already.
I remember. So why is it still on the docket today? It's SFPF.
You wanted her on. the
I know,
docket.
I remember
That day
because,
she came in off docket because she was starting a job that night.
I think it was set SFBF today because of the BVR, but
Right.
she came in 2 days early and we never did anything with it.
Okay.
So you can reset it. There's no problem.
I thought that they did that day. I took-
No, we never did. So you have to.
She called that day too, like, I think Monday when she.
Right, and so I was.
He test positive every time for marijuana?
One time he was negative, but marijuana.
No, what the hell? He's still continuing to use.
Well, we went to the facility in March 6th. So I'll ask him to drug test him.
I want
again
him
and
drug
see.
tested again now.
Mr. Biasana, can you come sign a receipt?
Unacceptable. It is 6 times he tested positive and they've not,
Yeah, and it doesn't look like.
who's
they-
supervising him?
Yeah, it doesn't look
Yes,
like. they
ma'am.
tested
What
it.
the-
Yes, so they transferred over there. I would just get in
Okay.
contact with your attorney and speak with them about the transportation issues, because without him, there's nothing that we can do. And as of right now, so try to make it to it.
He's been on probation for drug law. He picked up a PC charge and then they dismissed the case. The probation.
Just try to get in contact with them and express everything that you expressed today.
Yes.
Do we want to bring her to court and have her wedding test or just have her sign it into condition?
She ain't gonna sign a man condition? No, bring her here.
I understand, but there's nothing that we can do about that right now. You would have to.
I don't know if they-
It's not gonna be done.
And they thought she was.
With anything that.
Thank you so much.
And no one bothers him.
I'm about to push it around.
Do you want like?
I just,
I know.
Judge, he said he's having issues with getting a hold of his attorney all the time. And he has transportation issues for the testing. And he
we're gonna
wants to-
send an email to your lawyer to be here Monday so we can try to discuss this. So be here Monday and we'll discuss it.
That's the issue today.
I'm gonna personally send him an email now to show up Monday so we can talk about it.
Right now, I'm gonna ride to go back home. I gotta walk.
If you want to.
What about a bus?
If you want to stop by Control Services account when you take your test, you can get your bus pass. Okay. Just checking with them.
Yeah, do we have bus passes too?
Only for jurors, Judge. We don't have any.
Do they have bus passes?
We can,
Okay, great. We'll get you a bus pass so you can take the bus.
just go over to 49 home, they can get your bus pass, your report thing, and they should help you out. Yes, and they can probably get you one for Monday as well. Yes, THC.
Hey, we need it. I'll send him an email now.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Huh?
Do you need the link? Got something to tell you?
No, okay. Yeah.
That week.
Hi,
Please.
please.
Over my friend Ashley Salas for drug testing. She's back. And
Come up, ma'am.
Finish the results were presented for benzodiazepines and THC. She also stated to the officers that she had.
Just talk about that briefly and see what.
You know, pills are a complete curse on our nation because depending on what you're taking, they become so powerful, the addiction, that for you to get off, when you try to get off by yourself, you'll convulse, seize, you can have a heart attack. Not only that, you build up a tolerance and you keep taking, you keep taking, you keep taking. At some point, you will put your lungs to sleep and you die. It happens every single hour in this nation. I don't want you to use. If I find that you're using, then I'm going to put you in jail and you're just going to stay with me. It's going to happen one way or the other. I don't want you to use, and I'm going to test you like crazy to ensure that you're not using. Do you understand?
What if I get it medically, like
A prescription.
yeah, like a prescription?
That can still be abused. And if you're going to pill mills to just shop for prescriptions, I have a problem with that as well. Just because you know, the last thing I want, there's an accident in this case, right?
Well, no,
Like a car accident?
The last thing I want is another death on the street and something major to happen. So I don't want you to use. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Did we put a scram on her ankle, right? Yeah. That device is going to tell me if you're consuming alcohol at any time. Do not put anything in your body that's alcohol, that has alcohol in it. NyQuil, cakes, candies, foods.
I took
gums.
Mucinex for coming, and I'm sick right now. So I do nasal spray.
Okay.
They told me that
Before you put anything in your body, read the instructions to ensure that there's no alcohol in it. I have everybody and their mom telling me here, well, I took NyQuil. I took this. It doesn't matter. You're not to use anything that has alcohol in it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't use anything unless you have a valid prescription. And then I don't want you to abuse it, even if you do get one. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with her. Again, I'm going to test you 50 days from today. If you're still testing positive for weed, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I had another question. Whenever I went to
Hold on. No. Ask your lawyer. I don't want you to, I've got a bunch of DAs here and I don't want you to say something that hurts your case. So ask the lawyer first. She can always come up to me and then we can talk. Don't just start asking things here.
I'm like, no, it was just about the court date. It was about the court date.
Caramba la bamba.
I'm like, yeah.
You can pick whatever day you want. I don't care.
Okay, so okay, I'll talk to you about that then. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Okay, all right.
You didn't do anything until you sent her.
Okay, so yeah, I want to scram on her ankle and I want her to test weekly so that we know she's not using. Okay?
I wanted to talk to you about that too.
Okay.
I'm going to waive all your fees. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. It's about you not using and staying out of trouble.
I don't have no card.
She
can
tell you how to do that. Monday, Thursday?
Yeah.
Just one time a week, random. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you have to leave.
If as fast as we can get it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
today my dad's here, but that's for today.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, Miss Ellis.
To be excused,
Yes.
Okay, we had,
Guys, out of the camera view. If you're going to talk, yeah, like out of the camera view. Hey, Mr. Woodard, Alan.
Yes, sir. Actually, I need to talk to him about Mr. Avalar from yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we amended the conditions for you.
So from what I can see, they still show no contact.
No, we did no threatening or harassing, no weapons.
Okay.
We did that. They were able to verify it.
Yes.
The only thing I don't know is if the MOA, I don't remember if do you mind
I do
giving
have
it to Trey?
Um,
I don't remember doing that, though. We may need to do that.
255-7799.
Thank you.
Thank you, y'all.
Sure, of course.
Commissioners will be ready to vote. They're just going to follow to every.
Yeah. Did we amend the MOA?
We filed bond conditions, so it doesn't look like we got her to sign yesterday.
Oh, he didn't sign.
He didn't
Oh,
sign.
that's a problem. We need him to sign.
I'll have him back next week.
Monday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you mind letting Ramona know so we put him on?
Yes.
Thanks.
Would it be okay if he?
I thought he signed it, man. I thought.
It looks like they were filed, but on a reset, there was no mentioning.
He came up here. I called him up here to sign. What's the call number?
255-7799. Maybe he signed
There-
the other case, the terrorist threat. It looks like he signed the terrorist threat, but not the VPO case. Yeah, he signed the terrorist threat, not the VPO.
Rhonda, would it be
Do you want
okay
to
if we
sign
open?
Do you want to try to give him a copy to see if he can sign it and get it back to you, maybe like scan or something?
Yes.
And then just,
Let me
I can print it out.
did you get?
print it out. All right, we'll give you a copy if you just want to get it to him, or you can actually pull it off and do it, electronically if it might be easier.
I'll get it. And I'll-
Okay, it's on Deeds. You should be able to pull it up and just download a copy, send it to him, and then just, if we can have it to us by Monday.
Judge, it looks
Okay,
like
cool.
the mall was never signed for the VPO, but signed for the terrorist threat. Did you want me to just amend the terrorist threat or?
We need him to sign the DPO.
Okay.
MOA.
Could you just print me a copy as well? Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just if you can have him sign it and then get it back to us.
One for the VPO bond conditions, when's the next Senate?
That's just over some Monday.
Would it be okay if we set it for Tuesday instead of Monday, Your Honor?
Thank you. I'll try to get it in Monday, but I might.
Okay.
If
Not
it's
a
here
problem.
Monday, I can leave them all. And then it's you.
You don't want to do it.
Technically, he's on here right now.
This Friday. You want to do that?
Is he Spanish? No, Spanish. Yeah, I'll print out a copy of the law. If you can sign it, that'd be great.
Okay, I sent Chad an email. I CC'd you and Blaze on it. Okay.
For the next. But I'll go ahead and print out the one, sorry.
Leonard, 5002.
Thank you. And then we have to get amended on both. The next page. Yes. So you can have contact.
Give me a second, I have to avail him.
I've already contacted the president of the point here, and he'll be here.
It's really good, right? Yeah, I'm gonna read. Everybody's out there, we can read. This weekend?
Next weekend.
Oh. Yes, sir. Yeah, we good.
I'm sorry, I think we got, working on the same, I'll be wearing that, but no way. I mean, you're already so scared. I may go back on East today, I could go to, I may go to, might go to, you can do that. Go. Go through the swamps. Is a big guy here. Let's see. Late morning, both. That's how it works.
We're nearly done. We're just going through the bond forfeitures now. Do- Who else, Ramona? So you said Lucas, 2501.
Then page 18. Okay, you're approved.
2501.
Sorry, on Jose, I can't, there's no bond.
What?
I didn't see anything, remember?
Do you see anything, Trey?
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
Sante.
Did y'all get Garfield's?
Oh, I didn't yet.
I
We money over in here.
Yeah.
Is it back there?
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
in
warrant.
Trey's office.
That warrant issue.
I will probably look at them.
Anybody want to watch anything? Would you like one, Mr. Preston?
I just got an email back from Chad that he'll be here Monday.
Okay.
Great.
There's bond conditions in the pending right now for pre-trial. Sante.
Nope.
Sante.
Yeah, but that's what communication put in there.
Yeah, I put that in there this morning. I'll do it.
There's nothing else.
Okay, I guess you want to email Sylvia? Maybe she can give us a better view of what happened.
Okay. Okay, and then Torres,
2501. Do you guys mind signing an MRP that I have in the queue so we can issue?
So second.
Oh, maybe you did and I didn't see. Yeah, you did. Thanks.
that's it, Judge.
On Gonzalez, 10,002, please. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're done. Awesome. Thanks for coming and helping with Tiny Cut. Always a pleasure.
Never sure.
Did you check the box, do it the law for the?
Are you withdrawing off, homeboy?
That's wrong.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank you for your help. I know that you did great. You went above and beyond. You know,
Y'all have a great weekend.
you too. Have fun, guys.
In new appointment. And let's see that.
Cheers, y'all.
thank
So
you,
what we'll
thank
do,
you.
withdraw. If an issue comes up, we'll just appoint someone else.
Okay,
Don't wait.
and it's not that I don't.
Don't worry about it. Look, don't say anything else. I know.
With the probation,
I get it.
we don't need motion. We just take it off on.
If I were betting.
Yeah, you won't get it.
Judge, I brought breakfast if you want any. It's in Trey's office.
Thanks.
Have a good one. It's all been done. And Judge, I just want to make sure on opponents that jail 3 we did for Mr. Sims. 90-day driver's license suspension.
No, 180.
100.
Yeah. So I took someone in today, didn't I?
I believe it was Kevin Diaz.
Okay, so on Diaz, on the theft, 5,001.
Oh.
Did y'all need a court director for Diaz to book him, or did you already get one?
Yeah.
So it was 5,000.
Yeah. Did you,
On the theft, not the.
just the,
Yeah. Cool. Oh.